Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Ashtatrashta Shri Srimad Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Ananta Goti Vaishnavrinda ki Nama Acharya Shri Ras Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Radha Kund Shyama Kund Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki, Mayapur Dham ki, Ganga Mai ki, Yamuna Mai ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki, Jainitai Gaur Pramanande, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya This 36 is on the board, yeah? Okay. Okay, so I'll just read the 35 and then we will do the 36. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Second Canto, Chapter 5, and text 35 and 36. Saeva puruṣas tasmāt aṇḍaṁ aṇḍam nirbhidya nirgataḥ sahasrorv-aṅghri-bāhv-akṣaḥ sahasrānana-śīrṣavān. Translation. The Lord, Mahā-Viṣṇu, although lying in the Causal Ocean, came out of it, and dividing himself as Hiraṇyagarbha, he entered into each universe and assumed the virāṭ-rūpa with thousands of legs, arms, mouths, heads, etc. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The expansions of the planetary systems within each and every universe are situated in the different parts of the virāṭ-rūpa, universal form of the Lord, and they are described as follows. The text 36. So please repeat. Yasyeha vayavair lokan kalpayanti manishinaha katya adibhir adhaha sapta saptordhvam jaghanadibihi yasyeha vayavair lokan kalpayanti manishinaha katya adibhir adhah sapta saptordhvam jaghanadibihi yasyeha vayavair lokan kalpayanti manishinaha katya adibhir adhah sapta saptordhvam jaghanadibihi yasyeha vayavair lokan kalpayanti manishinaha katya adibhir adhah sapta saptordhvam jaghanadibihi. Mataji's. Kalpayanti manishinaha Yasya, whose, iha, in the universe, avayavaihi, by the limbs of the body, lokan, all the planets, kalpayanti, imagine, manishinaha, great philosophers, kati adibihi, down from the waist, adhaha, downwards, sapta, 7 systems, sapta urdham, and 7 systems upwards, jaghana adibihi, front portion. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Great philosophers imagine that the complete planetary systems in the universe are displayed of the different upper and lower limbs of the universal body of the Lord. Purport. The word kalpayanti, or imagine, is significant. The virāṭ, universal form of the Absolute, is an imagination of the speculative philosophers who are unable to adjust to the eternal two-handed form of Lord Shri Krishna. Although the universal form, as imagined by the great philosophers, is one of the features of the Lord, it is more or less imaginary. It is said that the 7 upper planetary systems are situated above the waist of the universal form, whereas the lower planetary systems are situated below his waist. The idea impressed herein is that the Supreme Lord is conscious of every part of his body, and nowhere in the creation is there anything beyond his control. Hare Krishna. So, Srila Prabhupada, he is describing here that the Lord has many forms. And for different people, then he may, seemingly manifest differently. Like Srila Prabhupada describes, the virāṭ-rūpa. He showed virāṭ-rūpa to Arjuna. So Arjuna had seen it. It was on the battlefield, but nobody else saw it. Another virāṭ-rūpa, then he showed to Duryodhana other time. But the fact is, then when Arjuna had seen the virāṭ-rūpa, then he was still talking to Arjuna as a friend, but he was still seeing that actually who Krishna is, and he got a little confused, scared. So Krishna understood. He didn't pursue that he is the virāṭ-rūpa. He actually wanted to still Arjuna remain his friend, but Arjuna could not relate immediately. So anyway, Krishna, then again he became just his friend with 2 hands, original form. We see also in when Mother Yashoda, right, Krishna eating mud, and then Krishna challenges, well, I mean, I didn't eat any mud. You want just look in my mouth. And then when she saw the mouth, in the mouth there was the whole universe, there was the planet, right? And then there was she looking into Krishna's mouth. So she was completely dizzy, not understood. But again, Krishna, he made her forget, because he didn't want her to become like a devotee. She's a mother. That's what Krishna wanted, the rasa. He is looking for the rasa of every devotee. So now, what rasa do we want with Krishna? How do we want to relate to Krishna? Srila Prabhupada points out that the philosophers, they like to imagine Krishna as virāṭ-rūpa. What does it mean? No? So then they imagine that God actually is the nature. Because they understand things are happening, and then beyond every action, what it's happening, there is some intelligence. Atheists, they will say, yeah, we don't know why everything is happening, but definitely there is no God. Okay. So yeah, there is a nature. So be it. It's one form of the Lord. He is He has everything under control. Every atom. The scientists, you have our system, planets, right? Planetary system. You have Burloka, and you have the Bhumandala, and the planets are moving there. Fine, okay. Then when the scientists look at, they don't see the Bhumandala, they don't see Meru. What they see is just the planets. So they are very bewildered. How do the planets move? No. And so they observe, no, pratyaksha, they make some conclusions, no, some anuman, right? And then that's all kind of like, so it's gravitational forces, and then whatever. Now, and how did it became by Big Bang or some string theory, or they may have so many ways what they come up with. But the fact is that the planetary system is perfectly balanced. It's running, even according to them, it's for some billions of years. And everything is perfect. So anyway, some of the scientists, now he made some calculations. If they would add one more planet to the system, what would happen? And according to their calculation, everything could collapse because it would get out of balance. So Krishna has everything under control. He is conscious. He is conscious of every part of his body. He is conscious of every living entity. He is conscious of every atom in the universe. And there are unlimited universes, because that's how Mahā-Viṣṇu, no, he manifests, right? So it's at least we should honor that. We should admire. If nothing else, then at least we should admire. Wow, the Lord is great. Now, what does the Lord want from us? He wants us to realize that we are the tiny particle, and He is the puruṣaḥ. He is the Lord. If we realize the proper sambandha of our life, if we realize that we should become the servant of the Lord, then our lives will become perfect. But it is difficult because we also have part of Krishna's property, which is free will. Krishna is supreme free will, and he has his energies to take care of any desire he has. So Krishna has his energies, the Icha Shakti, Bala Shakti, Kriya Shakti, they take care. Krishna thinks, happens. We think, doesn't happen. Oh, but I want it. But it's not happening. And it's happening opposite, and we get frustrated. So, our existence here is meant to realize this. To realize that our free will is there to put ourselves forward to serve Krishna. So the Sharanagati, surrender. But to be able to surrender and to become the servant, then we have to have some faith. So here Srila Prabhupada says the philosophers have no faith. They would like to see everything their own way. So okay, Krishna is Bhaktavatsala, he knows that inside the jiva is pure. But we let ourselves cover by the ahankar, so we think opposite. But it doesn't mean that Krishna becomes our enemy. We may make Krishna our enemy, but he is always Bhaktavatsala. So he is compassionate. He is merciful. So for each and every person, he will make possible to realize that I'm not this body. I'm a spirit soul. But somebody is so much attached to that I am this body that immediately it's not possible. So sometimes it may take lifetimes. Sometimes many lifetimes. Sometimes even billions of lifetimes. But ultimately, now, what is the difficulty anyway? It's all temporary. There was one Muni, I forgot his name. Anyway, Krishna and Arjuna, they are going to, actually, when they were visiting Mahā-Viṣṇu, then they also visited one Muni. Was it Ramharsha? Very hairy. Right? Huh? Loma. Oh, okay. So, and he is sitting on the bank of the river, not having any shelter. So they ask, like, no, why don't you build a shelter? Oh, life is too short. Oh, no. What to do? And how long do you live? Well, no, until all the hair from my body falls down. And when is that happening? Every time, Brahma dies, one hair falls off. He says, wow. So you must be living for a very long time. No, it's short. He said, is there anybody else who lives longer than? Yeah, there is Hermitage, and then there is another Muni. He was called Ashtavakra. And so they go to him, and we heard that you live for a very long time. No. And how long do you live? No, every time that Lama Shamuri, he leaves his body, then one of my imperfections fixes. He has 8 of them. So when 8 of those then leave their body, then he becomes perfect and he leaves his body. So, and is there anyone else who lives longer than you? There is another hermitage. It's also Ashtavakra. And then the same thing. When that Ashtavakra leaves his body, then one imperfection gets fixed. So the concept of life, of concept of time, is unimaginable actually for us. We don't know what it means. But for Krishna, what it is. He is Kala, he is the time. So yeah, we have plenty of time to do what? Nonsense? No. We have plenty of time now to fix our problems. We can do. Why not? Srila Prabhupada had guaranteed us, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had guaranteed that you follow the process of bhakti, and in one lifetime you can go back to Godhead. Now, it's possible, but it's not easy. Even though it's easy in the sense that, yes, just chant Hare Krishna. Right? So follow the Bhagavat mark. Just chant Hare Krishna, give up everything, all the attachments, and then you will be able to go back to Godhead in no time. I mean, some few devotees, then it's like Tukaram Maharaj. He had even gone back to Vaikuntha in his own body, and when other people were observing how he is getting into the Vimana. So, no. It's nothing imaginary, but there is a condition. We have to have some faith. We have to have some understanding of how Krishna works. Otherwise, what are we going to do there? In the spiritual world, Krishna is the Purusha. We are playing to be Puruṣas, right? We are trying to be Puruṣas. So it's like some sandbox, and we are playing games here. No, I'm father, I'm the mother, I'm the child. No, whatever. It's a game. But in reality, Krishna is the Purusha. So if one would come to the spiritual world and say, I'm also Purusha, then it will destroy the rasa. So therefore, okay, you want to be Purusha, fine, go play. No, it's okay. Play as much as long as you want. Fine, no problem. I love you. Okay, just go and play. That's all. And that's us. But after some time, then we should get tired. Yeah, you see, like, no, a little kid, no, he's playing in Jagannath Puri on the beach, like making some, no, castles or making some army or fighting and this, that, and forgetting about the father, and father is sitting there watching him. He's absorbed in his game. Let him play. No. And the kid completely forgets about his father. He's playing and the waves are there, and then, no. But then, maybe one of the waves hits him a little bit, and he gets a little hurt. So what is he going to immediately remember his father? Oh, Daddy, I got hurt. Oh, come, I'll take care of it. Or, no, playing, getting dark, and then he's hungry. So, no, Father, I'm hungry, I'm tired. Okay, let's go back. So the father is not saying, no, for last 1 hour you didn't remember me at all. I don't want to see you anymore. You forgot about me. No. It's still the loving father, and father is happy because the kid is happy, and then everybody is happy. So Krishna has it also like that. He is watching us. He wants us to have fun. Unfortunately, we don't know what does fun means, but okay. But Krishna is guiding us. Realize. So he puts situations in front of us. He puts various people, devotees. And he is giving us the hints, what we should do. Sometimes they are very obvious hints. But we don't take it. Like there was the story of the man, he was living in the house, and it was some guys come to him. Look, we will be building a dam over here. So in 6 months, there will be water here. So please move out of your house, because you will not be able to live here. I said, yeah, okay, I'll do. God takes care of everything. So then, 3 months later, they said, look, we have finished building the dam. Soon we will start filling up the water. Please leave now. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, God takes care. No. Fine. So water is starting to fill up. And he sees some slowly coming towards his house. They come in the car. Please come with us, because soon your house will be underwater. Yeah. God takes care. Takes care of me, takes care of everyone. So, okay, house is half filled. They come on the boat. Come, jump into the boat. Come with us. Otherwise, soon your house will be completely covered with water. You will drown. Yeah. God takes care of everyone, takes care of me. I have full faith. So then, the house is fully flooded, just the roof, and he's on the roof sitting there. They come with the helicopter. Said, come on, in an hour, it will be completely submerged. Just jump in. I have full faith in God. He takes care. Thank you. So then, house gets submerged, he drowns. And then he is going then to heaven, right? And then he's in front of God, and now he is blaming. What is this nonsense? Look, I have full faith in you that you will take care of me. And look, here I am. I died. How is it possible? And God speaks to him. He said, what do you mean I didn't take care? I sent the man to tell you. I sent the car. I sent the boat. I sent the helicopter. What do you want? So Krishna, he is sending so many messages, so many messengers. But we want what? We want something more. I had seen many people already coming, like inviting, please come to Mayapur. Take darshan of Radha Madhava. No, have prasad. Yeah. When Krishna wants me to go, then he will arrange it. So I cannot go without Bhagavan Ichcha. How can I go? So if he wants me to go, then everything will be arranged. But he doesn't want me to go. So what do we want? And here, Krishna is so merciful. So he manifests as the nature, virāṭ-rūpa. But then for devotees, it's very impersonal. What can they do with virāṭ-rūpa? So Krishna is so merciful, he shrinks down to Archa Vigraha. So then, Archa Vigraha, you can worship, you can dress him, you can feed him. Right? So then there is a reciprocation. Or is it shalagram? He comes. But the important element is have the faith. Because if we have faith, no, this is, God doesn't exist. No, this is all by chance, everything happening. That life comes from, I don't know, they have many theories. So some from bag of the crystals or some huge lightning or temperature or whatever. They have some their own theories, but they cannot explain it. Or aliens, but who created aliens? We don't know. So we don't know. Okay, so then if you don't know, there's a Shastra saying that God created. Oh, no. God doesn't exist. Cannot be God. It's so, and life comes from some matter, right? And it develops into some species and the monkeys and the man. They like to entertain that for the very reason to deny existence of God. You see, before the Darwin's theory, then there was the people were all like God-fearing to some extent. So they would not do nonsense, or at least like a big nonsense, knowing that I will get some reaction. But then it's very difficult then to control the people materially. So then the atheists, they came up with the idea, well, there is no God, you don't have to fear. So you can go on with your nonsense. No, but no, God will punish me. No, but actually, God didn't create you. You come from monkey. No. So don't worry. No, it's fine. And after you die, then there's nothing. So when people get to water down the philosophies like that, and the influence of God, and God doesn't exist, and then yes, I can do whatever I want. I have no responsibility. But then where did that lead to? There is no control in the world. The only guru who tells you what to do is your mind. And each one will have different desires. Like once we were in Dubai, and the Muslims, they cannot drink alcohol in the mainland. They can go the Burj Al Arab, which is off the land, and they can drink, and they have everything there. Anyway, but there was a guy, Muslim, and he said, yeah, I have alcohol, in my cellar. Well, how can you have alcohol? How can you drink? Because Allah will punish you. I have a lead roof. So through lead, Allah doesn't see. So you go downstairs in your cellar, because you have a lead roof, you can do whatever nonsense you want, and then Allah doesn't see, so it's fine. They're fine. So people create so many of these imaginary ideas, but then you do an action, and then a reaction comes. The very fact is that due to our desires, and specifically materialistic desires, we are desiring nonsense. And nobody can stop you to do the nonsense. If you want, you can do whatever you want. Nobody can stop you. That's your free will. However, you have under control what you do, but you have no control over what's coming as a reaction for your action. So that's why it is wise to know, if I do this, I get that. I don't want to get that, that's why I should not do this. But that's exactly what the atheism destroys. People don't know what they get. And it doesn't mean that they will not get it. They just don't know. Nobody educates. And that's why Krishna created the system of varnashrama dharma, which is all pervading. So then you learn. He is so merciful. He lets us know. He educates us. He tells us, if you do things, if you do this, you will get that. If you don't want that, don't do this. Oh, I don't fear. God doesn't exist. I can get nothing. It's a foolishness. So we should understand that Krishna is all-pervading. He is conscious of everything. As a Paramatma, He is always with us. He knows what we do. He knows what we think. He knows everything about us. So there is no hiding. So why don't we just approach Him and ask Him, please maybe guide me? What should I do? How can I realize that I'm not this body? I'm tired of being constantly pounded by the Maya. Please, what can I do? And Krishna will arrange. Krishna has so many ways. He can send a Shiksha Guru. Get the instructions. Srila Prabhupada's books. That's the Shiksha we are looking for. Krishna sends Diksha Guru. So we actually can progress in the devotional process. Krishna can manifest as a Chaitya Guru. He is always there as a Paramatma. We are just ignorant of Him being there. So when we get purified, we can perceive Paramatma. We can perceive directly how Krishna can instruct us. So he manifests so many ways. Now, do we want to hear what Krishna has to say? Are we ready to follow? When Krishna says, you have to be fully surrendered to be able to realize, are we ready for it? Tukaram Maharaj's friends were not ready. Even though they could have just walked. Nothing imaginary, just walk into the Vimana. But they were unable to do so because they maintained attachments. So, it's not so easy if we maintain these attachments. But Krishna is giving all the opportunities to get rid of them. So, yes, even if we perceive Krishna as a nature, then still we can understand that it's under Krishna's control. How else would be everything happening? How else would nature self-repair after us destroying her? When there was a COVID, right? So then the factory stopped for a year. And even after a few months, they were saying Yamuna in Delhi was blue. After a few months of dumping garbage into her, she became blue again. So we have no power to overpower nature. So as long as we think that we do, then yes, we are the atheists. We are thinking that I can do whatever I want. I can enjoy. I don't have to follow anyone. So it will be like anarchy. But the reactions will be appropriate. No? Shastra speaks of the, for which action, reaction comes. If you are intelligent, you work on it, you see it. So, Krishna, he is giving us all opportunities so we can perform devotional service, we can follow the Vedic system, right? The Pancharatric system, we can follow the Bhagavat system, and in fact, they are all combined, they are complementary. So, if that's done, then yes, one lifetime is enough for us to leave from here. But if we are here maintaining our anarthas and then trying to constantly look for faults at each other, blaspheming, there's no way that will go any soon. So let's try to make a difference in our life. Then follow the 5 elements of the Pancharatra. Living in the Dham. All of you are in the Dham. If you are not in the Dham, you are living in the temple. That's also a Dham. When you are living in the Dham, association with devotees. Associating with devotees, right? How? Then, darate pratigrinati guhyamati prichate bhungte bojayate. Associate with the devotees. Then, reading, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting of the holy name, and worshipping deities. The whole day should be surrounded or should be about these 5 elements. That's Pancharatra. If you want Bhagavat, okay, then the whole life, the whole day, just about chanting holy name. But then don't do anything else. Don't live Grihastha life. Because as a Grihastha, you have to do so many other activities. That's not Bhagavat. But you can do Pancharatra. And if you cannot do that, you can still, there is a Vedic. So they're all complementary. If they're understood like this, then it's understood how Krishna is merciful to us. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Thank you, Maharaj. Throughout this second canto, as Sukadev, in many different ways, is giving very specific descriptions of this virāṭ-rūpa, this universal form. But in this purport, Prabhupada said, the word imaginary is very important. So how can we reconcile that this is the first step in God realization, to know and think about this universal form after reading today's purport?
Okay. Then we see, like, for example, okay, on the battlefield, then Arjuna had seen the virāṭ-rūpa. Nobody else did. So did actually Arjuna see it, or did he imagine it? No. What is virāṭ-rūpa? How can we then perceive the virāṭ-rūpa? Then we know that without Krishna's will, even the blade of grass will not move. But what does that mean? No, there's a wind, no, it's moving the blades, so no, what does Krishna have to do with it? We may think like that. But if we start getting to the root cause of everything, we can start seeing Krishna. Like, for example, now, okay, we are sitting here in the room. And we are sitting, and we have roof. If it's raining, it doesn't rain here. So, how is that? Oh, we put some bricks together, put some cement, and then we made it. where are the bricks coming from? Where is the cement coming from? Oh, that's just mud and we baked it and then now we got bricks. Where is the mud coming from? And where is the strength of the brick coming from? And how come that you can put it and then glue it together with the cement and they will not fall apart? So we can start understanding that it's Krishna's potency. Krishna, he is able to hold us. That's actually the Ananta Shesh, right? No, he's holding. So his potency is here, and that's why we can hear. Because underneath, what is that? No, there is a drop. So if the floor will not hold, we will all fall down. So if we start realizing that Krishna has everything under his control, but he has it so perfectly under control that we don't even realize that it's under his control. Or like you want to drive a car and you want to go somewhere. So how is it that we can go? The car is so complex, the engine, how it works, but no car will run without a fuel. So how am I moving? How? No, I'm good driver. That's why I just push the pedal and then it's moving. But you cannot do it without the fuel. So where is the fuel coming from? Oh, no, we made it. No, you didn't make it. You just take something from the earth, and then from there you extract the fuel into the car. So you are using somebody else's product. Who is it something? It's Krishna. So we learn how to use things, but we are thinking that I created them. But it's not like that. So when we are starting to understand that I'm not the creator, I'm just a user. And if I use it properly, then I can use it for benefit of myself and others. But if I misuse it, then it's going to be a disaster. So that way, then we can start then understanding that what the virāṭ-rūpa is. And we can at least imagine, as Srila Prabhupada says, the word, imagine, that what we want actually to achieve. We have to have some goal in life. And that we don't know anything better. So at least just to see how Krishna or God or the nature, how they take care. I take a seed, I put it in the ground, and the seed sprouts, starts growing, becomes a plant and producing more seeds. So it's a miracle. So this is what we can actually perceive. We can perceive how we are being taken care of. Now, if we want to see it, well, it's a nature, and then that, I can do whatever I want and nothing happens. No, I can do whatever nonsense. I can destroy everything and no reaction. That's our foolishness. That's because we are not educated. But if we get educated, then we understand, the nature will punish you some way or other. Like, for example, now people live so many, now they live together in the cities. Now many people don't have any greenery. They don't have fresh air. And many people are now developing allergies. Now the scientists, they did find a way. If you have a child, toddler, and you expose the child when he's like 4 months old to the fresh air, to pollen, you make him eat some peanut butter. You expose him to everything. The body adjusts, and there is very unlikely chance that he will develop allergies. But when the child, and I think they say that it's only from like 4 to 6 months, the exposure should be there. So anybody who lives outside is much less chance that he is going to get allergy, because those who are so sterile in the city, perfectly filtered air and nothing, when they go out later on, then they are allergic, because they didn't have the exposure at the right time. The body, wasn't prepared for it. So everything has its own reason. So our lifestyle also should be according to how it's supposed to be, what is healthy, not what we think is healthy. Is that?
Whatever we see or do, or taste or touch, we have to immediately bring it back to Krishna as the source.
Right.
That's what I got from what you said.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Mataji?
First of all, I want to thank you very much for that comment regarding all the systems are complementary. The Vedic, Pancha-Prashna and Bhagavad, they are all complementary, so we should not avoid. My question is, prelude to that is that as iron is put in the fire, becomes like fire, similarly here in the holy dham, devotees are engaged so many hours, almost 24 hours, in devotional service. Lord Gauranga is here, and the chanting is going on. So please, the question is, what is the difference between here and back to Godhead?
What should we do?
What is the difference between here, which is Mayapur Dham, where Gauranga is supposed to be here, and he is here, and going back to Godhead? So what's the difference?
Depends on your consciousness. So there is no difference actually. You are here, you are in the dham, you can be with Gauranga every day. You go downstairs, you see him, and you can have reciprocation with Gauranga. But you can go downstairs and you can see some 5 statues standing there and waving. It depends on how conscious of Gauranga you are. So you can see Krishna in every time, in everything you can see Krishna. But you can actually may not be able to recognize Krishna even if he comes in front of you. Like when Krishna was here on the planet, then only very few devotees, the Yadavas, actually knew that he is the Lord. For everybody else, he was either ordinary boy, or he was some little like a mystic, but definitely not God. So, how much you are willing to put your surrender to Krishna, that much he reciprocates. So that's all. So the difference is in our surrender, Sharanagati. And you may have devotees, they are living not in the dham per se, here in Mayapur or Vrindavan, they are in the West, but they are fully conscious of the Lord. They are living in the dham. So it's and you might have people here who are in the dham physically, but actually their consciousness is not at all here. So they are not in the dham. So these are the differences. So we have to pray to the Lord that so then he makes us realize that we are not his body, we are his servants. Hare Krishna. Okay, last question.
Maharaj, thank you for the wonderful class. You mentioned 2 points, based on which my question has arrived. So first you mentioned this, I desire to do nonsense, and Krishna allows us to do nonsense, and we want to do that, and we are attached to our sense gratification, and there are many attachments. And second thing which you have said, that the child is making a sand castle on the beach, and whenever he gets hurt or something, he goes back to the father, and the father says, oh, it's okay. Then again he goes back making the sand castle when that pain is gone. But the factor which made him give up that castle of all the nonsense which he wanted to do and the sense gratification is the hunger. So Maharaj, why is it that I cannot develop this hunger towards like, which will let me get rid of this sand castle which we are trying to create here? So why is it I cannot develop this hunger? How to develop this hunger?
See, the desire still pervades until we maintain our anarthas. Because the anarthas are the seeds of the desire. They are the papa beach. So as long as we maintain the anarthas, even though we may get rid of that one desire at the moment, but the anartha will generate another desire. So the cetodapana marjana means purifying the consciousness, purifying the heart of anarthas. And material process cannot take care of that. Only devotional process. So, but at the same time, see, we can either worry about the anarthas one by one and worry about how to do it, this, that, but it will take very long time. And the anartha, before it leaves the heart, then we will be very conscious of it. And then we have a decision to make. Do I really want to get rid of the anartha? But what if I will need it sometime? So let me just keep it for now. We decide. And fine, it's there. Because Krishna, he very much respects our free will. You want it? Okay, keep it there for now. It's okay. I'm not going to hate you for that. So we make the decision. Ultimately, we have to give up the attachment. See, the only thing which the jiva can do is to desire. But what are you going to desire? Desire is natural, and that's the only thing that the jiva do, because the jiva has nothing under control. Everything is controlled by Krishna. So the jiva that we may desire to, we are like kshetragya of this body, right? So I desire to move fingers or hand or talk. So Krishna makes it happen. It's his energy, he can do, but he makes it so fast that it looks like I am doing it. So like a perfect virtual reality, right? No. But it's not me who is doing it. I desire, Paramatma sanctions, and it happens. But we are foolish thinking like that. So when we discover this, and then figure out, okay, I have enough of it. Whatever I desire, if it happens, it's wrong anyway. I don't want it anymore. So, like we said about the Sharanagati, the surrender. Have faith in that it works. Then Krishna can guide us. So the desire which we have keeps us in the material world. And if the desire is purified, it will attract us to the spiritual world. But the desire, as long as the anarthas are there, it's always going to be impure. So that's why the process of Vaidya Sarana Bhakti goes through the way how to purify the anarthas. That's the whole process. Purify the anarthas so there are no impurities, and then what you want to desire, you can actually have. As long as the impurities are there, you want to do good things. You want to chant, but you fall asleep. No. You want to do something good, but you do bad. Because you are influenced by the conditioning, which are the anarthas. But if you remove them, then you are good. Hare Krishna. Jai Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Nitai